Hello students, I hope all of you are very good and fine. Today we will read about one of the compositional skills that you need to develop in order to develop your writing skill, in order to enhance your writing skills, okay? And the topic is message writing. We all know what a message is, right? Is there anyone who does not know what a message is? We have been writing messages all through our time, to our friends, to our near and dear ones. But we use in today's time, we use it with the help of WhatsApp or Facebook or Hike or Telegram and whatnot, right? These are the social messaging platforms that are available to pass information from one person to another. But the message writing that you have in your syllabus has certain specifications and rules and format that you need to understand. Okay, it is not uh, the same that you use in your WhatsApp messenger. They, you cannot use the colloquial language, that is the daily language. Okay, here you have to follow certain specifications. Let us see how it happens. See, what is a message? A message is a short piece of information that you give to a person when you cannot speak to him directly or the person is absent. What is a message? It is the information that you need to pass to a person who, whom you cannot see directly or speak to him directly. Okay, so you need to write the message, paste it somewhere so that whenever he is accessible to that spot, he can get your message instantly. Okay, let us proceed. This is the format. Very important. Please remember the format carefully. First, we need to write the heading. What will be the heading? It will be simply the word message. MESSAGE. Word message in block letters and in the middle of the page. Okay, just like you write the notice. Then we have the date. Date should be written in expanded format. That means August 17, 2020. You have to write in words. 1717 August AUGUST and then 2020. Then you have to write the time, then addressee or the salutation. That means this herein you have to write the name of the person for whom the message has been written. Okay, then we have the content or the body, and lastly we have the sender. Here you have to write your name, that is the person whoever is writing the message. Let us go through the format one by one, then it will be more clear. This is the heading of the message. Message writing begins by writing the word message in bold and capital letter. All of you must remember this. The word message should be written in bold and capital letter and in the middle of the page and the line. Okay, so that whoever is reading the message is instantly attracted towards the message. The importance of the message is conveyed. Okay, next we have date and time. Date is written on the left hand side of the page in the expanded form. Left hand side of the page you must write the date in the expanded form. I have just explained what expanded form is. Okay, you will write in words 17 August AUGUST. Okay, then we have time. Time can be written both on the left side or the right side. It is up to you, but it is always preferable to write, to mention it on the right side. Why? In order to show wise usage of space. Suppose you have this whole space. If you are not using anything on the right side, then it won't be good, right? It won't look also good. So you can write the time both on either on the left side or on the right side. Clear? Next, we have the addressee. This is important. Everyone must write the name of the addressee, that is the name of the person for whom the message has been written. Before writing the main content, it is very important to address the reader in order to avoid ambiguity. What is the meaning of ambiguity? Ambiguity means to avoid any unclear message. That means the person must understand very clearly that this message is written for him. Okay, so if you do not mention the name, how will the person understand that this message has been written to me? So in order to avoid that ambiguity, we must write the name of the addressee. Addressee means the receivers. Okay, the receiver's name. Then we will have the body of the letter. This is very important because in the main content you must give all the information that is required to be conveyed to the person you are unable to contact. Okay, do not add any unnecessary details like, "Hi John, how are you? I got a message for you, and the message is this and that." No, you do not need to write in this way. What you need to write, simply pass on the vital information that you have. Keep the message very short and do not use long sentences. Clear? And lastly, you must write your own name, the sender's name. Okay. Once you are done with the body of the message, mention your name on the left hand side of the page. This helps the reader to identify the sender of the message. Clear? I hope the format is clear. First, we have to write the word message in block letter, in bold letter in the middle of the page. Then we have to write the date, then time, okay, then leave a space, leave one line gap. Then you will write the name of the addressee, that is, to whom is the message meant, is the message written. Then again you will leave a line. Then you will start with your body, that is the content of the message, wherein you will write only the vital informations that are required to be passed on to somebody else. Okay, and after you are done with the content of the message, then you have to write your own name, that will be the sender's name. These are certain tricks and tips that you need to keep in your mind. Okay, the word limit should not exceed 50 words. The language should be very much suitable. Do not add any extra information. It should be short and to the point. And this point is very important. You must plan everything that you need to add in the message on a rough sheet. Okay, just make a list of all the important points on a rough sheet so that you do not forget the relevant points while writing. Clear? And this will also help to sequence your content very logically in a very beautiful manner. This is very important. Some more, we must double check our grammatical accuracy. Obviously, this is a very obvious thing. In while writing anything, you must double check that whether the grammar is correct or wrong, or correct or not, whether the spelling is correct or not. Okay, and this is the most important thing. Like notice, the message should also be enclosed within a box. Okay, whenever you write a message, you must write it within a box. So after you are done with writing the uh, after you are done with writing the message, then you must enclose the message in the box. After you are done writing the message, then you must draw a box with a sharpened pencil. Okay, do not write long sentences, and you must use direct indirect speech. Do not write that your friend Rajesh called and said, then comma, inverted comma, you were exactly quoting what Rajesh had said. Do not do that. You must write it in indirect speech. Look at this. Let us now see. ch- uh, Take the checkbox whether all the components of the format are given or not. First, we have the message, the word message. Then we have date. Then we have time. Then we have the addressee's name. That is for the person the message is meant for. Then we have the body, and lastly we have the sender's name. Let us see an example. You live as a paying guest along with your cousin. You receive a call from your father to inform your cousin about the heart operation of your uncle. The appointment for the operation has been fixed for 9 December 2012, and you have to ask your cousin to reach the hospital as soon as possible. Write a message to your cousin about the operation. So first the word message, then the date in expanded format. Okay, see, November has been written in words. Then the time, do not write 6 o'clock, write 6 p.m. or 6 a.m. Give this, okay, am, pm, whatever. Then leave a blank line. Then dear cousin, that is the salutation or the addressee's name. If the name is there in the question paper, in the question, then you will write the name. Okay. Now look at the crisp and to the point content of the message. Father called to inform about the appointment for uncle's heart operation. It has been fixed for December 9, 2012. He has asked you to reach the hospital as soon as possible. Then at last the addresser's name. And most importantly, do not forget to make the box after you write the message. Clear? Another example. You are Vivek. You have received a telephone call for your friend Rajesh from one of his clients, Mr. Satish, that the meeting fixed for the 5th has been postponed to 10th February at 9 a.m. at his chamber. He added that he should also carry his laptop. So, what are the vital information that is there? That the meeting that was there, that had been scheduled at 5th, has been postponed to 10th. So, this is one of the vital information. Time, venue has been given, and this also has been added that that person should carry the laptop. Okay, Rajesh must carry the laptop. Now see, message, date, time, addressee, the body. Mr. Satish called up to inform that the meeting fixed for 5th has been rescheduled to 10th February at 9 a.m. at his chamber. You are also required to carry your laptop. Then the sender's name. I hope it is clear. Okay, let us see one more example. As I said that it can be oral also. Now see, Soumya and Parth. This is the telephonic conversation between two people. Okay, one is Soumya and Parth. Okay, and Parth is Rohan's friend. Rohan is not at home. Now see how the dialogue goes on. Hello, hello. This is Parth, Rohan's friend. Is Rohan at home? Sorry, my brother is not at home. Any message for him? Please tell him that our music teacher would be taking an extra class today at 6 p.m. and attendance is compulsory. Thank you for the information. I will convey the message to my brother. Okay. Now, Parth has given this information that music teacher will be taking an extra class at 6 p.m. and attendance is compulsory. Who will convey this message to whom? Soumya will convey Parth's message to her brother Rohan. Let us see how. Message, date, time. You can also write it in this way, time and date, or date and time. Then Rohan. Parth called to inform about extra classes for music at 6 p.m. today. Attendance is compulsory. Very short and to the point. No extra information given. And the sender's name, that is Soumya. Okay, these are some of the purposes that are there, uh, purposes for which messages are often written. Okay, for example, to apologize. Sorry, I broke your flower vase in your room. I will surely replace it with a new one soon. Okay, so to apologize, to request, to give instructions, to warn somebody of something, or to provide explanation that for not being able to do something, or to give some message, some information. I hope this message writing topic is clear to all of you. In order to assess your comprehension or what you have understood, this is the question that you have to do. This is the assignment question. You are Ramesh. Today you had the following telephonic conversation with Rajesh, a friend of your elder brother. Hello, is it 99123456 Yes, I am Ramesh speaking. What can I do for you? Well, Ramesh, I am Rajesh, your brother's friend. Oh, I see. Well, brother is not here now. So can I help you? Could you please convey him that he should bring my practical book today in school as I need it in class today? That is fine, I will do that. So this is the dialogue, this is the conversation. Now your task will be, as you are leaving for school, write a message for your brother in 50 words. Put your message in a box. So Ramesh will be writing this message to his brother, right? You are Ramesh, you will be writing this message to your brother, elder brother. And what will be the message? The message will contain the information that Rajesh had said. Okay, all of you must do it in your copies and try to see whether you have understood or not. Okay, thank you, students. Have a very good day and keep messaging. Thank you.